Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Prison Architect, returning to the Gangland prison. And right now we're a little bit low on cash, so it's going to be a little bit of waiting around. We did just have somebody die, unfortunately. And I wonder if one of these guys is who killed him. Let's see. If we go under recent misconduct, found a weapon, so nothing serious. Alright, let's see, your recent misconduct. Found weapon. Okay. We don't have the person that killed the other person yet. It's possible that that person just now got apprehended. Matter of fact, what are you up to? Attacked prisoner. So that might be the guy that murdered the other guy. I find it interesting that they don't get an extra sentence or anything like that added on if they murder someone. And it looks like all he did was get put over there. Unless it's one of these guys. Oh, maybe this is it. Oops. Attacked prisoner, murder. Yeah, okay. And it does look like he got 25 years tacked on. Alright, well, while we're at it, let's take a look at the other guys in here. In solitary. Alright, nothing I really see as being... Well, either they're already in max security or... Alright, you did something naughty. Alright, you know what? You're going to be in max sec now because you're a naughty boy. And... you too. You're going to be max sec. I mean, you don't have a lot of prisoners, a lot of a sentence. And you're doing something too. What are you up to? Yeah, you're going to be also max sec. Okay. Prisoners are being a little bad lately. Alright, I need to get on cameras too, so, let me see about that. So, cameras are kind of on the, cheap side. They're not all that expensive. So, I figure I want cameras. Honestly, we're really behind on cameras overall. And I think we want to get cameras in areas that we don't have good vision on. And so far, that would mean... I mean, I don't have anything on the two newest cell blocks. Actually, the three newest cell blocks. But I think, I guess we have somebody stationed in the shop, huh? You know, honestly, I think I could do without cameras from here on out. The main area I don't have vision on right now would be this room that isn't being used for anything. I do need a metal detector, though, out in front of the shop, so we're going to fix that. Okay, metal detector. Because I figure the metal detector the shop might be a good place for prisoners to be moving items in and out of. As a matter of fact, we have a way that prisoners can get items from outside. I'm noticing that I probably need to change. So let's get another metal detector. And we'll put that right there. And then, I think in the security office, I would like to start tapping phones. You know, I'm looking at some of these things that I haven't done yet, and I'm just... Looks like we've got a... Oh, visitor booth. That's what I was looking for. Why is it under utilities? Oh, so it needs electricity for some reason? You know what? I think I'm gonna end up... First off, I have a bunch of things in here that I want to sell. Let's see if we can get those objects sold. Last time... Yeah, it doesn't work. The sell object button does not work at all. Yeah, I have no option to sell these items, so I guess we're just going to have to sit on them. But let's see if it'll let me do this. No. I don't know how you sell an item. Honestly. Okay. Get the juice over to the metal detector. And I would very much like to do the booth route. So I'm going to go ahead and dismantle all these while it's nighttime and we don't have any visitors anyway. And we're going to do booths. I'm glad I finally found it. I didn't expect it to be under utilities of all places. So I'm kind of glad I was looking around at some of these things. Okay, but the one thing I do want is a phone tap. And unfortunately, I can't see the furniture items in here, so I think we're going to put one there. And then we run out of money. And I realize that our low amount of cash is going to cause this the visitor booth thing to be a little bit problematic. Oh, wow, these are big. All right, well, let me take a look at this. So they are, what, 3 by 2? So if I go under planning... Wow. That means I can only fit 2 in, unless I go the other way, which is 3 by 2. Yeah, there's no good way to fit these in here. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to end up replacing the visitor tables, because that works a little bit better for me. There we go. Alright, so I may have to even redo some of this stuff if I want to have visitation work the way I want it to. Maybe just make the room overall bigger. But how much bigger would I have to make it? I mean, those things take up tons of space. And I kind of like the reception area how it is. But if I were to do that, at best, I'd be able to maybe extend it out 3 spaces, which would only allow me to have, what, 3 of those booths? And then I would have maybe some dead space. And I'd have to redo the door over here. Probably put it somewhere over here instead. Well, while I'm low on money, that's not something we're going to be doing. But I am going to set up the phone tap here, so... Alright, so we have a lot of phones, actually. Alright, let's start with the ones over here. Wish there was a quicker way to do this. And they're not going to really be able to monitor them all that much with just one. That's why I'm going to need more than that. But for now, we're going to set them up all on this one booth. Actually, you know what? I lied. We're going to get a second one here pretty soon. But I think this is probably going to be the extent here. Okay, and then we need another phone tap. Right there. You should make sure... Yeah, where I'm placing that. Okay. Once we get that in, we'll be good. And I'll probably put chairs out. And maybe I'll move the filing cabinets. Yeah. Let's move the filing cabinets. I'll put them over here. Okay. Filing cabinet, there and there. And then chairs, which I already know I have a bunch of, can go here and here. Alright, did somebody else die? No. Looks like we released some. Okay. So we have room for 5 prisoners, so let's get 5 in here. Oh, and I'm negative cash now. I wonder if we got more tasers. Yeah. Racking up that deficit. Well, we'll be able to get some more cash here soon, so. Matter of fact, how long? Oh, shouldn't the prisoners have come in by now? Yeah, there we go. Intake to nothing. Although we'll probably have releases and things like that before the day's over. Who knows? We got somebody in a parole hearing as we speak. How's our prisoner population? Oh, and I do want to check the new prisoners. All right, so we got 62 to 82. We're starting to get closer and closer to that 50-50 split. Oh, we got a new gang member. I have to see what color he is here in a second. Assaulting an officer, that's automatic max sec. Then we have this guy who's got a good term, but it's all drunk driving and stuff like that. And all right. So this guy here is a nasty. He's in the red gang, though. Red gang is normal security. I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we're not going to max sec him, even though maybe he deserves it. You know what? I am going to grab the guy that's the drunk driving guy, and we'll go ahead and max sec him, too, just because of his how long of a term he's got. Did we miss this guy? He's got a good term, too. I guess I'll max sec him as well. Alright. I'm not kind of a fan of that. The fact that they're using this area to come in and out of. I mean, I kind of like them having to use this airlock area. Huh. I could just put a jail door here and then put an officer in this area. Let's do that. So I'm going to put a guard in here. And then what we'll do is we'll dismantle this and I'll... No, not follow. Dismantle. And I'll put in a jail door so that they don't path that quite so much. Ooh, another guy got released. Must have been from the parole, but according to this, we still have everything in order. Oh, okay, now he's calculated, so we'll go ahead and grab one intake for now. Okay. I think it's time to get that jail door up. Put it in there. Okay, so we have some cash to work with. And this needs set up, so let's do that. Alright, so I've got all those phones tapped. So now it's time to tap some other phones. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about our prisoners by doing this. I really wish there was a quicker way to do this. Especially when they're far away like this. They're just these little tiny area you gotta click on. Oh, good. I can do it that way. That actually saves time a little bit. Okay, I want to show wires. Okay, so I missed one, it looks like. Maybe even two. Because I think this is telling me it does not have a connection. Alright, I think that's everything that we need to connect. Alright. The only real thing that we need to improve probably is, again, cameras, but A, I can't afford it, and B, because I have guards deployed, I think we're fine. And from what I can tell, it seems like guards deployed is always better than having the cameras. Because when violence happens, if the cameras are there, it doesn't stop the violence. Like right now, we've got prisoners in this common area. Is there anyone stopping them from killing each other? No. I mean, I've got 2 cameras, but does that mean they'll not kill each other? I almost kind of wonder what the point of the cameras are. Seems like you're almost better off not having any cameras and just having guards deployed everywhere. Yeah, see? Now that we've got stuff going on over here, metal detectors stopping people from, the visitors from passing items to. All right, so much for that guy's visitation, huh? All right, there's actually a real possibility that this is something, so I'm going to dismantle, and we'll check that out. You know what? I need a shakedown. So while they're eating and working, shakedown. It's been a while since I've done this. And look at all this. All right. So I'll keep an eye out here. All right, so far, nothing found. Tunnel-wise. Yeah, no tunnel. That was a waste of time. So far, all of these tunnel things have been false alarms. To the point where it's like, that is probably, in my opinion, one of the most frustrating parts of this whole game, is the tunnel flags that are nothing. And then you keep investigating the tunnel flags, and then you have a tunnel that goes through, and you're like, how come I didn't get anything for that? So, if I have any complaints, that would be my complaint. Oh, and the guards are out doing the crackdown, so they're not watching the cameras. This would be a time where we could have violence, for sure. Speaking of violence, how are the prisoner needs being met? Seems like we're doing okay. Literacy just seems to always sit here and not really move. Even though I have a library and I have people working it. Just not really changing that much at all. And it looks like we have room for another intake, so we'll take it. Hoping nobody died. Okay, let's go ahead and get our prisoner grading, though. Actually, let's slow things down while we're doing that, though, because I think time still ticks. Okay, so we've got Reoffending rate is decent, 21%. Punishment is at 8. Reform down to 1, so not good on that. Security is very high, though. Health is pretty low. Okay. So if we were to improve anywhere, it'd be reform and health. Deaths in custody, that's something we also need to improve. All right. Prison value is almost up to 500,000. If I were to sell the prison, yeah, that's how much I'd get. 470. All right, well, we found a lot of cell phones, that's for sure. All right, just because I'm going to hire one guard to let these people in. I think our guard number is good for what population we have. And then I think for the future, what I'm going to do is build a cell block over here. And I guess we might as well plan for it. So what I'd like to do is I think we have enough shower areas that we probably could get away without having one. And just do a cell block that is purely about just getting cells. So let's just do something here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how far away I want the cell block. So let's say if we started here. We don't want it going beyond that point. So, oh, actually, that's not correct. We need the wall here. Because I think that was the arbitrary number that we've been making, is about 4 away from the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right, so that would be the extent there. Let's say we wanted it to be at least 2 away from this area. So let's say this is roughly the area we have to work in. Now, this isn't necessarily how I would draw it out, but let's just say this is the area I have to work in. So if that's the case, how many cells could we get in here? What is the best way we could do this? So let's say we did the cells like in this direction. And then we did another row here. And then, let's say these are doors. Is this big enough? Ooh, it's perfect. We could do 3 rows of cells. Like that. I like that. That's kind of interesting. And then, let's see how many cells we'd get out of this. I'm just going to go through and draw these out. Now, I still could stick a shower in here if I really wanted to, but I just want to see what kind of capacity we could get out of this if we just made it pure cells, like there was no shower or anything like that. I'm curious if our kitchen is working at max efficiency or not. It looks like there is at least 1 cooker not being used. So let's grab 1 more cook. Okay. Swing over here back to planning. And we just have 1 more cell to draw out. Oh, okay. So it's not going to be quite enough. Unless I draw it down a little bit, which I don't think I want to do. So, as a consequence, I think we probably are going to want to bring that back a little bit. So, probably start it there. Again, that could change if I decide to put a shower in here or not. We could always work with what room we've got. All right, we've got a tunnel sited there. That's unlikely, so I'm going to ignore it, just like I've ignored most of the tunnel claims so far. As a matter of fact, we haven't actually had any tunnel attempts. I wonder if the perimeter wall prevents that, which would be nice, I mean, considering how expensive it is. All right, well, we already get an idea what kind of capacity we're going to get here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 3. All right, well, that is pretty good. That's almost 40 capacity. Now, that's not going to get us to 200, which is our next level that we need to be at. But it's a good start. And again, I could always change my mind on things and end up with a shower for this area, just so that we get another one. All right, so if that were what we had, it would be 3 times 13, if I remember correctly, which would give us 39, to close to 40. But, on the other hand, I could put like a shower in the middle here and maybe knock out a couple of the cells and then even draw this out a little bit further. So, if I were to do that plan, what I would do is I'd cut out this and then I would lengthen it by 2. And that would probably give me a decent shower size. Wouldn't be, I think, as big as the other showers we have, but it would be decent. And we would lose out of 6 cells, so we'd have 33, which that would actually be the biggest cell block yet. You know what? I am going to do that. We need to cut this back 2. And then we want to lengthen this. So, do that. Okay. So these need to be redrawn, but... Alright, so we're going to need... however many cells we can get out of this, I guess. To get it back. Roughly to where it needed to be. Oops, that's not right. Again, I'm not drawing it out right. There we go. So... okay, so we've got 6 down here and 5 up here, so that'd be 11. Yeah, that's exactly what we need, so... cut out the doorways. Alright. So I could do it like that, have a central shower area, or I could add on 6 cells and have it be 39 as opposed to 33. But I like this layout, I think, so we'll go with that. Ooh, actually, I think I want to do that the other way around. There we go. Now, when we'll get money to do this, I'm not exactly sure, but... with what space we got, I think this is as good as it gets. I could do another cell block down here that would be probably the smallest cell block. But wouldn't be too bad, I guess. And we could make it like a dorm so that we have bigger cells, but they hold more people. Or I could do it as a protective custody group. I don't really have anybody that's a candidate for protective custody because I haven't really been doing snitching or anything like that. Which, honestly, I don't know what the value of that is. Alright, so we can do intake of 4 more prisoners. Or 2 more, technically. But at the moment, income is good. I don't have this cell block finished at all. There's no flooring or anything, although the flooring is unessential. I also don't have the windows for either this cell block or that one. So there is still finish work that needs done. How much are windows? They're 200 apiece. So that's pretty expensive. Be able to finish off this cell block, but probably not anything else. Matter of fact, I'm going to run out of money if I'm not careful here. But I'll go ahead and do it, even though we had very little cash. I'm hoping the taser nonsense is stopped, but here comes... Okay. For a second there, I thought I saw some guards going over that way, but it looks like we're good on tasers. And as a matter of fact, I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video. So we've got another cell block planned out over here, possibly the final cell block for this particular area of the prison. And then any future building would be probably over here across the street. But we're going to have to wait for that until I get enough cash to do it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.